All right, it would seem that some of the science is starting to catch up with some of the things we're seeing clinically. What do I mean by that? Well, I've been talking about the fact that a carnivore diet has been very effective in autoimmune disease for, gosh, many, many years now. I can hundreds upon hundreds and hundreds, maybe even to the thousands now, of examples of people who have put autoimmune diseases in remission. And some studies have recently come out, one just the other day, comparing a fiber deficient diet, so no fiber in the diet, which would be a carnivore diet basically, no plant food, and Crohn's disease. And this was of course was an animal model, so there was that caveat there. But what they found was that these animals that had Crohn's colitis, when fiber was removed from their diet, what they saw was a reduction in a particular bacterial species called Mucosporidium, which is apparently in the pathogenesis of Crohn's disease, or at least in this model. And what happened? Well, it put their Crohn's disease in remission when they removed the fiber, because these bacteria were then starved out and they were no longer able to damage the gut in the way that they do. Now, in all likelihood, there's probably many, many bacteria that affect this and probably all contribute, and there's many, many probably pathways. This is the one that they've looked at, and so they can only probably study one realistically at a time. And so, of course, the drug companies said, we'll just give you an antibiotic to kill that particular species, right? That would be their solution to that, I suppose. Well, depending on how much money they can make. They're gonna go with the most money making, so they'll give you a biologic, right? Another study which came out, I think last year, this is on rheumatoid arthritis. Again, another autoimmune disease, causes progressive deformities of, many joints, fingers, toes, and affects all the joints in the body in a very, and many times an awful way. Once again, reductions in fiber caused a reduction in a species called Prevotella. Again, another gut-related pathogen or bacteria, I should say, leading to the progression of the disease. So at least we're seeing the science start to catch up with what we're seeing clinically. People are always like, oh, fiber, fiber, fiber. Well, fiber can be harmful in many cases, or at least lead to the, or support the growth of harmful bacteria in the gut. And it's, like I said, I think there's probably multiple things that are ultimately happening here, but we're starting to see that. It's good to see that some researchers are having maybe the inspiration to say, hey, let's see what happens when we cut fiber out with these diets, because I see it every day. Hopefully, share it with love, because a lot of people are out there, well, when you get a kid that's diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and this is often what happens, a kid, 12-year-old kid, 14-year-old kid, Crohn's disease, it's awful. And you go to the doctor and they say, well, we'll put you on steroids and maybe we'll put you on these biologics. No real discussion on diet, because, oh my God, God forbid you change someone's diet. God forbid you cut out the sugary sweets and garbage and ultra-processed food, right? That's just not allowed, right? Another study, I'll show you this other study here. There's a study on why do we have ultra-processed? What is the rationale for ultra-processed food from a financial standpoint? And this is looking at a study that was done looking at these major investment firms, BlackRock, Vanguard, and several others, showing that they provide a tremendous short-term benefit to their shareholders, at the cost of long-term health to everybody else. And it's basically driven through about 6 major companies: Nestle's, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and so on and so forth. And so, again, it's all about money. It's not about getting you healthy, right? These people, they buy the media ads, they buy the scientists to push these studies out there. The one I talked about the other day, ultra-processed foods are good for you, nonsense, right? Anyway, let's keep it the fight, guys. Like I said, there is science behind this stuff. It makes sense. It's happening. If you know someone with Crohn's, rheumatoid arthritis, or really any other autoimmune disease, because I've seen success with damn near everything, have them at least try carnivore. Have them do it for 3 months. And hopefully you can save them from a lifetime of suffering and misery and inappropriate treatments and on and on. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Have you experienced an improvement in your health by removing fiber? And if so, what was it? All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.